Hey there, everybody. I hope you guys can see me. My name is Melanie Mitro, and I am a 15-star Diamond Team Beachbody Coach, and I am the 2014 Top Coach of Beachbody, and I want to welcome you this evening to our What is a Beachbody Coach on the Dream Team, just informational call. So this is informal. This is nothing fancy. This is me sitting up in my office, which is currently our guest room in our house until our downstairs is finished. But this is just me talking to you about what a Beachbody Coach is. I am going to give you some perspective from my standpoint of how I've made this business work for me, some of the principles that I've applied to help me grow such a large organization. I'm going to give you different angles, different viewpoints of how to grow your Beachbody business. But basically, you're on this call because somebody invited you here. Somebody thought you would make a great coach, or you saw an advertisement, or you saw a post from your current coach or somebody that you know about being a Beachbody coach, and it intrigued you. So hopefully tonight I'll answer your questions, and it will make you feel a little bit more at ease about Beachbody coaching. So these are just some pictures of our team, some of the events that we do, some of the training events, some that we get together quite often at Summit, at Leadership. We get together at Super Saturdays. We do group workouts together, and we have a lot of fun. But we do actually do some work outside of all the fun pictures that we take together. We do really have a great time just helping other people. So let me just tell you again a little bit about myself. Like I said before, I'm a 15-star Diamond coach, but I did that twice. So I actually have two 15-star Diamond businesses, which means, and I know that might be foreign to some of you, but that means that I have personally sponsored at least 15 Diamond coaches in my first business center and 15 personally sponsored coaches in another business center, which is my second. I have been an elite coach, which is the top 0.1% of the company for the past 3 years. So that means that I'm successfully building a business that is not just sales-based, but it's actually team-based. So it's team training, leadership, development focused. I've been in the top 10, so the top 10 of the entire company for the past 2 years. And last year I finished at the year before last was number 2. And then this past year I finished at number 1, and I'm currently still the number 1 coach in Team Beachbody as of the numbers that came out in April. Our team is the fastest growing team in the network. We are focused on leadership. We are focused on creating effective results for people, whether it's in your fitness, whether we're matching you up with a fitness program to help you get started on your fitness journey, or we're transitioning you into the role of a coach where you're going out there and helping other people to achieve their health and fitness goals. But our job is to take our knowledge that we have learned, and I've learned over the past 4 years, and put it into a teachable format that helps you learn faster, get started quicker, have more success, less frustration. You're not out there reinventing the wheel and having to try to figure it out on your own. I mean, we just have so many great leaders that have come together, put our heads together, and just have created an amazing team. And we just keep continuing to grow that base of support and knowledge and leadership as we go. So that's me. I created this dream team a little over 3 years ago, and I'm going to give you some backstory on myself. So I started as a Beachbody coach in July of 2011. And actually, I started my journey with Beachbody a little bit before that. I actually started my journey with Beachbody as a customer. And it was after I had my second son. So you can see right there's my 2 boys in the picture. My youngest is Bryce. He's actually 4 now. And Landon is 6 years old. But I had him, and it was in January that he was born. And about 4 months went by, and I was walking the neighborhood, and I was dieting, and I was watching what I was eating, and I was not losing any weight. I mean, it was like stuck on there like glue. And I couldn't understand how I bounced back so quickly with Landon, but it was just kind of a totally different story with Bryce. And I was doing what I thought was proper nutrition. I was drinking Diet Coke instead of regular Coke. I was eating wheat bread instead of white bread. I was doing low-fat cheese instead of regular cheese. I was doing whole grain pasta instead of, regular pasta. But what was really happening is I had no clue about nutrition. I had no regular diet and exercise. I had no accountability or support, and I was at home with 2 little boys. We had no extra spending money to go out and get a membership to the gym or have a personal trainer. And so I was trying to figure this out on my own, and I just felt like I was failing over and over and over again. And the breaking point for me really happened one spring day. I was sitting down to pull out some of my spring clothes and put on a pair of shorts and a T-shirt, and I realized that I couldn't get my shorts to button. None of my shirts fit anymore, and I had this bowl full of jelly for a stomach after having 2 babies and with horrible stretch marks and extra skin, and I just cried. And I could not believe that this was the person that I had become. And while I was super thankful and blessed and proud of these little babies that I had, I needed confidence. I needed myself. I had nursed. I had been pregnant. I had been, postpartum for the past 3 years that I just felt like I kind of lost me. And then add on top of that, I quit my job and decided I was going to be a stay-at-home mom. That was really that was my plan for my life, was to, go to school, get my education. I wanted to work until we had kids, and then I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. And so we cut back to one income, which meant we had no flexible spending. We had to budget down to the penny to make sure we had money to buy groceries that week. And so there was no fluff in our budget to invest in Shakeology or invest in fitness programs or buy a gym membership or, have a personal trainer. So I did. I felt like my hands were tied. Well, I was sitting on the couch and I was eating celery, and I made a post on Facebook, which I don't ever do, but I talked about eating celery and trying to lose weight. And somebody reached out to me. It's actually my coach. Her name is Nikki, and she and her husband and my husband were good friends in high school, and they had lost touch with one another. And it had been about 5 years since we had seen them, and she actually reached out and invited me to join a challenge group. So acquaintance on Facebook, did not know much about her, reached out and said, hey, I saw your post about eating celery and wanting to lose weight. I'm a Beachbody Coach, and I'm running this challenge group, and we're going to start in May. It's called the Summer Slim Down Challenge, and would you like to be a part of it? And for me, I was like, sure, what do I have to do? And at that time, she did not make Shakeology a requirement. I borrowed Insanity from a neighbor down the street because I thought, hey, I'd heard of Insanity. I heard it was hard, so sure, why not? I'll do that program. And so I started with Insanity. I took the before pictures, and you can actually see the before picture on this slide here. And that was me. I took that picture, and I bawled my eyes out. I could not believe, I knew it was bad, but when I took the pictures, and that's me clothed, I took them in a sports bra and shorts, and I hid them in a file under another file on my computer, said nobody would ever see them because I was so embarrassed of who I was. And I, from that point forward, said to myself, I want to change more than I want to stay the same. I'm not going down like that. That is not going to be me. I am not going to look like that for the rest of my life. And so I would go down to my basement with my borrowed DVDs every single day. I would put both boys down for a nap in the afternoon. I took my baby monitor with me to our little storage room, and I played those DVDs on my laptop. And it was hard. And it's Insanity, and I couldn't even make it through the warm-up without laying on the floor dying. But I picked myself back up, and I did every single workout. And I would drag myself upstairs, and I would check into that challenge group. And I would talk about how I was sore, and I was tired, and the kids didn't sleep, and I didn't want to do it. And they would encourage me, and they would tell me to keep going. And then after 30 days, I was not really losing any weight. So what would most people do? Most people would throw in the towel, and they would say, this doesn't work. Beachbody's a scam. It's a ripoff. They promise you these results, and it's fake. They're airbrushed. But not me. I said, okay, guys, I think I'm missing something here. Can you help me? And so my coach jumped in and said, have you ever heard of clean eating? Have you ever tried to really focus on your nutrition? And so she guided me to a few books that I bought and read, and I started implementing clean eating in my life. It was hard, again, learning something new, changing the way we ate, but I learned that nutrition is 80% of your results. And the minute I started cutting the Diet Cokes and the whole wheat breads and the pastas, and I started paying attention to serving sizes and quality of ingredients and really figuring out my calories, I started to lose weight. And it started to happen. And I said, aha, that's it. It's the nutrition that's 80% of my results. And I lost 30 pounds. So over the course of 6 months doing Insanity and P90X, I lost 30 pounds. I was not even the same person that I was on day one. I overhauled our entire family's life. I was out there talking to my parents about how they should change their eating, and I was teaching my sister-in-law how to grocery shop, and I was, talking about it to everybody that I knew that this had changed my life, and people thought I was crazy, but I didn't care because for once in my life, I started something and I finished it and I got results. I was that chronic quitter. Go to every gym, sign up in January. I was the person that was nowhere to be found at the end of January, but I paid for that gym membership for the whole year. I was always going to start on Monday. And for once, I wasn't that person. I learned tools to teach myself how to make it through the holidays, how to have willpower when I wanted to cave, how to, decide what cheat meals should I have, what is a good sources of carbs and proteins, and it became a part of my lifestyle. My coach kept approaching me and saying, Melanie, you'd make a great coach. I think you should do this. And I kept saying, no, I like it. I'm doing a good job, but I just don't know if this is for me. And she kept saying, Melanie, you'd be a great coach. And I kept going, no, I can't afford it, or I don't want to do it, or I don't have time. And so she sent me this webinar, and I watched it about Beachbody coaching. And my wheels started to turn. And the teacher in me, right, because I have my master's in special education, I have my undergrad in psychology, and I think like a teacher, and I started to think like, ooh, I could really help people with this. I see how this works. I could run these challenge groups too. I could hook people up with fitness programs, and I could teach them exactly what I had learned. And so I started to think about this, and I went to my husband, and I said, hey, Matt, all right, I've been doing this challenge group. I'm getting good results. I really think I would be good at this. I'm like, I want to sign up to be a coach. And he just looked at me like I had 3 heads. And he's like, Melanie, that is a scam. That is a ripoff. That is a waste of your money. Like, no, you're not doing this. You're not investing your money in this. And so, bam, there goes my excitement. It got me shot down. And I just kept thinking about it. And I was thinking about how I wanted to start a book club with the clean eating books that I had read, and how I wanted to run my own challenge groups and teach people all these tips and skills that I had learned. And so I kept thinking about it, and my coach kept asking me. And so finally, it was July, and I saved up my money that my family had given me for my birthday that year. And I was like, I'm going to sign up to be a Beachbody coach. So I spent my money to be a Beachbody coach, to buy a bag of Shakeology, and to pay my $40 coach sign-up fee, because at that time, they did not have that option to buy a challenge pack and get your sign-up fee waived. So I bought it. I did not tell anybody that I signed up as a coach. I went an entire week before I sat back and I said to Matt, hey, I signed up to be a Beachbody coach, and I'm going to do this, and it's going to be successful. And I tried to get it all out before he cut me off. But he says to me, that was the stupidest thing that you've ever done. That is the biggest waste of money. That is a waste of your time. If you want a real job, we'll put the kids in daycare and you can go back to work. He said, that's the last bag of powder that you're going to get, so don't think you're going to buy that again next month and you're going to fail at this. And he basically shot me down. And any normal person would have said, all right, he's right. Maybe this isn't a good idea. And they would have started second-guessing their decision to be a coach. But something inside of me really I had that gut feeling that this is what I wanted to do. And trust me, I had no idea how I was going to be successful or how I was going to even find people. I never posted anything on social media, so I was clueless. I was like many of you sitting on this call tonight thinking, I don't know how she does it. Well, I didn't know what I was doing either. I just started. I just posted on social media that I signed up to be a Beachbody coach and that I had great results with Insanity and P90X, and actually shared my transformation, and I decided that I was going to start a challenge group and I wanted people to join me, and I just put it out there. I had no rhyme or reason. I had no social media experience. I didn't know anything about network marketing. I actually had to research what a pyramid scheme was because I didn't actually know what that meant or what that stood for. So when somebody questioned me about what multi-level marketing was, I actually had to do my research because I didn't really know. I just knew that Beachbody programs worked. I knew that I could help people the way my coach helped me, and that I was going to promote this to other people, because if I could help one person feel the same way that I did, then it was worth it. And that's how I got started. So clean eating really is my passion, guys. But that's my thing. It might not be yours. You might be paleo. You might be vegan. You might be a full-time employee, and you have mastered the art of making this work in less than an hour a day. So I've really been able to kind of make this business fit who I am, a stay-at-home mom. I started writing a blog. And again, blogging is not for everybody, but for me, I like to blog. I just started writing tips about nutrition and tips about clean eating and my meal plans. And people were asking me, like, I need a recipe for this party. And I'm like, I'll put it on my blog for you. Or, and so I would just talk about what I was doing. I would talk about Shakeology. I would advertise for my challenge groups there. And I started to create this following. And every single month, I would start a new group. Now, the first month that I was a coach, I wasn't very successful. I actually only made $30 as a Beachbody coach. I sold one order of Shakeology, and that was to my sister-in-law. But I started a challenge group. I started a free group for anybody that had a fitness program that wanted support, and I practiced on them. And so I used them as my guinea pigs, and I went out there, and I said, can I practice on you? Will you let me try this out? You don't have to purchase Shakeology. All you have to do is make me your coach. And so that's where I started. And every month I got better and more confident. And the second month, I required people to buy the challenge pack because I had some confidence behind me, and I started to make a little money. And my customers started to have success. And I started to create a guide of posts every single day. So every day that they logged in, they were going to have a specific message that I wanted them to get. And I started creating these guides that now I share with my coaches and my team. And so I started, my customers were getting results, and they were having transformation stories, and they were referring other people to me. And every single day, without fail, whether it was a good day, a bad day, my kids didn't sleep through the night, or my husband still didn't believe in me, I got up. I pressed play, and I did my workout because I knew that somebody was watching me. And if I could show other people that this worked and that it wasn't a one-trick pony and I wasn't going to fall off the wagon, that I was going to be a constant source of inspiration and motivation in their life, that they would trust me enough to join a challenge group. And that's what I did. I created this social media presence. So through my blog, through my Facebook account, I literally have created this following, a source of referrals, challenge groups every month, coming up with new ideas, learning from other coaches in the network, plugging into all the trainings that Team Beachbody offers you every single week. And I began creating momentum where it started as challengers, then people got results, then they wanted to be coaches, and then I trained them to be coaches, and it just became a slowly building domino effect of building this 7-figure Beachbody business from my kitchen table for the most part. While my kids took naps before they got up in the morning, or in the afternoon when they took a nap, or after they went to bed at night, or on Saturday mornings, I just jammed it in wherever I could and made this business work for me. I am a disciplined person. I always have dreamed big. I've always been that girl with the big dreams. I just don't ever let failure get the best of me. I mean, I get hurt and defeated and down, but I definitely look at the cup as half full. Like, where can I see the silver lining in this opportunity? Like, yeah, everybody said no to me this month, but oh well, they'll be back around next month. So I just look at life that way. I don't make excuses. I don't care how tired I am. I do my workout. I might miss a day here or there, but I am consistent. And if you follow me on social media, you know that about me. You know that I show up all the time. Again, no network marketing experience, guys. I've had less than 100 friends on Facebook. I had no idea how to take a selfie. I didn't know what Instagram was. I thought it made my pictures look cool, so that was why I used it. I liked the filters. I really didn't know how blogging was going to help me build my business. I mean, literally, I just wanted to help people. And if that meant I had to post some selfies or take some pictures of my food and post it on Facebook, I did it because I knew that if I helped one person, it was worth it. So that's how I got started. And that's a little bit about me. I am a normal person. I am just your everyday average girl. We live in a small town about 20 minutes north of Pittsburgh in Mars, PA, and I am super passionate about this business. So what is the business? What is Beachbody? What's a challenge group? Let's just dive right into that so I can answer those questions. So Beachbody is a company that was founded in 1998 by John Congdon, Carl Deichler. They're the CEO and the co-founder. They started with the infomercial business. So you see infomercials for P90X and Insanity and 21 Day Fix all the time on TV. That was where they started. They started with creating home fitness programs for people. and they were very successful at that. And they had this message board, which is the Team Beachbody message board, where people could get on, and they had hired some people to just run the message boards and answer questions. And so they started to think up this idea of, what if we create this place for coaches or for people to mentor other people, like a peer-to-peer support system, like the message board, but only each person gets assigned a coach. So everybody that buys a program gets a coach. And so they came up with the network side of the business, and that is Team Beachbody. So Beachbody.com, or Beachbody is your infomercial business. Team Beachbody is the network, and they work together. But so Beachbody as a company has created all these fitness programs on all different ability levels. You know, Chalene Extreme and PiYo, Insanity, P90X, Turbo Fire, you know, all the 21-day fixes, Max 30. They created a line of supplements, a pre-workout, a post-workout, nutrition, Shakeology, which is our meal replacement shake, which is not a bag of powder, as Matt would have referred to it. It's a nutrient-dense meal replacement, not protein powder, but it's meant to replace a meal. And so they started creating quality programs, quality nutritionals, and they started hooking people up with coaches. And we started running these groups where we support one another. You don't have to be a nutritionist. You know, you have the nutrition plan. You don't have to be a fitness professional. You have the DVDs. You're just there to provide the support and say, I've been through what you're going through. Hang in there. Willpower. The first 21 days are the hardest because you're breaking bad habits and you're overcoming the sugar addiction. Or, hey, drink more water. Are you drinking enough? Or maybe you shouldn't have that late night snack. You know, so we just provide the support. We connect it so that it doesn't become a fitness program you buy and that it sits on the shelf and collects stuff. Our job is to make sure that you start it and you finish it, and we help you with that through our challenge group. So they created this awesome network, and you actually earn income from people buying the programs from you. So Beachbody gives you websites that you have, that you give people the link to. So once you've talked to them and you have an idea about what they're looking for, you can help match them up with a program, and then they purchase it from you, and you get a commission from their sales. Then as you continue on like I did and kind of move from just having customers to having some coaches, you start to earn residual income from your team. And it's not just how many coaches can I go out there and sign up. You know, it's not about that. It's about how many coaches can I sign up that are having success in their business. That is network marketing. That is what Beachbody is. Our goal is to create success on down the ladder. It's not just the people at the top sign up everybody and then and that's all it is. You make money off of signing people up. It's not just that. You make your income from signing people up who then go out there and do what you're doing. And that means leading successful challenge groups and helping other people achieve healthy and fulfilling lives. So what makes it a pyramid scheme is when there's no buying and selling or transactions of goods and services. And we're all about that. That is exactly what we're doing. We want people to be a product of the product. So I hope that answers that question, because that seems to always be a really big one, and one for me that I really had to dig into. All right, so what is a coach, guys? A coach is, like I've said, you don't have to be a fitness expert. A lot of people say to me, I'm not at my goal weight, I can't coach. Absolutely, you can coach. The best time to coach is when you start your challenge group on day one. Sign up to be a coach. Post out there that you're doing the 21-day fix. Take a picture with your 21-day fix program. Tell people you sign up to be a Beachbody coach to hold you accountable, and because your goal is to inspire other people to do the same thing. Invite people to do the journey with you, to keep each other accountable, to not let each other fail. And then share your journey, right? So people love a good story. They want to see from start to finish your transformation. I mean, when I go back and pull my story from way long ago, people love to see that progression. And how cool is it for them to go through it right alongside of you, right? It's like watching reality TV, only it's somebody they know. That makes you credible and real. So why not, right? You don't have to be a nutritionist, guys. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to ever wear a bikini. You know, you can be 40 years old. You can be 20 years old. You can be 70 years old and be a successful Beachbody coach. There is no niche that you have to fit into. You don't have to have kids. You can work a full-time job, but you have to be passionate about helping people. You have to be you have to be wanting to be healthy. You have to want to change. You have to have the willpower to say, I want to change more than I want to stay the same. You have to have the motivation and the drive to get out there and do the things that other people aren't willing to do. And you have to truly like to work out and drink your Shakeology and lead by example. The best coaches out there are everyday people that have just mastered the art of starting and finishing a program and following it and being and leading by example. So really, coaches are all different shapes and sizes, male, female, young and old. If you can think of a way to spin Beachbody coaching, you can make it a success. All right, what do we do as Beachbody coaches? So we've talked about challenge groups. Many of you may even be a part of a challenge group right now. That is like the main source of what we do. We run these online accountability and support groups through Facebook right now. And so what we do is we create a closed group and we invite people to join. So I went down through my friends list, people that I talked about weight loss with, my neighbors, people that were in my mom's group at church, people that I went to college with or high school. And I just said like, hey, I've had really good success with this. I'm starting this group. Would you be interested in joining? This is what I'm going to do. My objective is to teach you about clean eating. My objective is to help you to make exercise a part of your lifestyle. I'm going to do it through Beachbody fitness programs. Every day you'll have accountability and support from me. Do you want to join? And I started inviting people. Some people said yes, some people said no, and I just kept going. Every single day, I would just think up new people to invite. I would make new friends on Facebook. I would friend request my old friends. I just found ways to get out there and talk to people where before I kind of sat at home and just hung with my kids and I wasn't super social. I didn't want to go to all the neighborhood parties and get-togethers and I didn't want to do all that, but I forced myself to because I knew it would help me to meet new people. And that's how I met people. So I invited people to my groups. I ran some free groups to get me up and running. So a lot of people were like, I don't know what you're doing. So I said, all right, I'm going to 5-day free clean eating group. I'll give you a meal plan. I took one of my meal plans that fit the workout program I was doing. I made it super basic. I used like the 21-day fix guide. I did 7 days of posts. People just made a free account so that I was their coach. And then my job was to show them that the kind of support that they were going to get over the next 5 days. And so for me, those free groups that I would do were a time investment for me, but that was also how I gained people's trust, so they knew that I wasn't just selling to them, that I actually was giving them advice and I was going to help them succeed. So we motivate people. Again, we lead by example. What else do we do as coaches? You can run fit clubs. So you can have like a group exercise where you get together, you get your laptop or you put it up on a projector screen and you work out. You do max 30, you pop in the DVD, you do max 30, you blend up some Shakeology, you stand around and talk about your fitness, your results, troubleshoot problems, you make new friends, you invite those people to join your challenge group. You get out there in the community, you do things so that you can bring people together and just raise awareness about what we do. So Beachbody coaching you can be a personal trainer and you can say, all right, I really think that coaching could fit into personal training because Shakeology is an awesome supplement and I could really put this into my nutrition plans I'm creating for people. And then I could create this online Facebook group where I'm making residual income from their Shakeology and they're coming and doing personal training, but I'm holding them accountable the other 7 days out of the week. And you can really conjure up a great business by showing people, hey, I've got something to offer versus all the other personal trainers. I've got these support groups and, maybe you want to do lifting with me, but you want to do cardio with Max 30, right? Maybe you're a busy working person and you work long hours and you want to show people how to make crock pot meals and T25 is 25 minutes a day and you want to run busy women's challenge groups or working people, and so whatever you can think up as you want a platform for your business, you can do it. Beachbody gives you the freedom and the reins to create it any way that you would like. This is kind of a sneak peek into my challenge groups. You can kind of see I create my own little banner, which we share our banners. We'll teach you how to use it. I use PicMonkey online, and it's really awesome. And so I do this, and then so this is my challenge group. Every day you log into the group. I have a post of the day. I ask people to post pictures of them working out. I ask them to talk about their food. They have to rate their day on a scale of 1 to 5, and then every day is a tip from me. So every morning when they wake up and go into the group, there's either a video or a tip or a post. And I also, again, share all of those challenge group guides with all of my customers and my coaches too. So, or with all of my coaches, not my customers. So, so this really kind of gives you an idea of what we do. That's the support that we provide. And I've already talked about the other things there too. All right, so how do you make money? So here's the thing with Beachbody coaching, you start out with commission. So 25% from everything purchased from your site. So if you think about Shakeology, the fitness programs, all the nutritionals, as long as the person that you are inviting goes to your site, which Beachbody gives you the website, you just give the person the link, they purchase it through there, you get a commission, and you just set up direct deposit it comes to you once a week. And there's like set challenge pack prices. So your challenge packs are a little more. You make like a $40, $50, $60 commission per challenge pack, or like Shakeology is 25%. You also get a discount as well. You also, once you start building a team, so say you have friends that you think would make great coaches or that you want to join alongside of you, then you would go to that person and say, all right, I'm starting as a Beachbody coach. I think this is a great opportunity. We both love health and fitness. Let's run these challenge groups together. Let's each find our own customers and add them in there. You can sign up those people underneath of you, and the more that they have success, the more you're going to earn in the form of team cycle bonuses. So that works good too. And then once you get to Diamond, once you've built yourself and you have, 8 coaches and 2 Emerald coaches, then you're Diamond. And so you can start to earn like matching bonuses. And once you get to Star Diamond, like you're sponsoring other Diamond coaches, you can earn quarterly bonuses. Like when you're an elite coach, you get $500 of a success bonus every single month for being an elite coach that year. Your quarterly bonuses are anywhere from $2,000 to $30,000 a quarter, as crazy as that sounds. So really, Beachbody sets you up in a way where it's continued success over time. So, and again, you guys get a discount as well. Michelle, I'm actually going to go over the cost to get started and how much you get out of it. I'll definitely get to that here in just a minute, so hang tight about that. 3-day cleanse, if it's Shakeology cleanse, we don't promote that anymore. Beachbody really wants you to use the 3-day refresh. It's safer. The cleanse, Shakeology was not meant to be a cleanse. Shakeology was meant to be a meal replacement. The 3-day refresh is really where you can jumpstart your weight loss. You can kick those bad habits. It's safer. It's got better nutrition, and it's with the food that your body needs, but it's also that basic quick start to get you going. All right. So we're going to talk about signing up, costs involved, but other things that you get for being a Beachbody coach, rewards. So you see us going on these trips, and you have to earn those trips, right? So you earn the Success Club trip to Cancun by hitting Success Club each month. And so if you want to think about Success Club, it's helping 3 people every single month by them purchasing a challenge pack and you helping them in a challenge group. You're going to earn Success Club, and you do that every single month. Consistently building that business over time, you're going to earn that trip to Cancun, or the cruise for next year, or the following year, wherever the trip might be. Once you start reaching those ranks of moving up into the Star Diamonds, you can go to leadership retreats. So Beachbody puts on these amazing retreats to help you lead better, to help you be a better leader. They have Summit, which is going to be in Nashville in July, and that's celebrity trainers and top coaches in the network providing just peer-to-peer training and support to help you grow a business, sharing what's worked for them. And then if you're like, oh, you're really shooting for the top and you want to go on one of the awesome fancy top 10 trips, last year was Italy, this year is Paris, then you shoot for top 10 and you really are focused on building a team of coaches that are doing the same thing. But it's overwhelming. Just think about taking it 1 week at a time and just inviting people and getting people to join, and that's really where I started. So that's really there's all these cool things that you can have and opportunities you can have within Beachbody too. All right. So what is our team, guys? I get this question too, like what's the difference between the Dream Team and all the other teams out there? And, what is a team and how are they different from other coaches? So There's teams, and you're going to hear, all sorts of other team names if you follow other Beachbody coaches. And we're just a group of coaches within the Beachbody network. There's actually 300,000 coaches in the network now. We're the number one team. We just are a bunch of awesome, inspiring servant leaders with all different backgrounds and educations and family settings and life situations. And we've got a great leadership team you can see here of elite coaches. We've got an amazing team of premier coaches and just new and up-and-coming leaders. But most importantly, I think the biggest thing is that you just get amazing support. And I don't know a lot about other systems and other teams, but I know that my mission as a Beachbody coach and my mission as the leader of our team is to never stop providing enrichment. Never stop learning. You can easily, think about a job that you're in right now. It is easy to get complacent. It is easy to get into a routine. Like teachers can teach the same curriculum year after year and never change a thing. And 20 years could go by and life could have really changed. But it's like, hey, why change? I am always thinking about ways to make it better, more efficient, and quicker. I'm coming up with new training topics, getting guest speakers, helping my coaches push for their goals, creating content and scripts and videos, and doing push groups and retreats and getaways. And everything that I can think of, different ways to motivate my team based on their personality styles. That's what I do. And then I take that system and I teach that to my team. And I say, all right, guys, this worked for me. You try it. Maybe it'll work for you too. And they do it. So we've created this system of duplication, and it's really been awesome. So when you join our team, you're not just going to sign up and have to go figure it out for your own. We have a team website you can plug into. You can work at it at your own pace. We have our coach apprenticeship program or our boot camps or our 30-day new coach trainings where you're going to get 4 weeks of small group one-on-one group calls, and we're going to teach you how to start a challenge group and how to invite and what to say, and we're going to give you scripts. And then we're not going to make you figure it out on your own. We are going to invite you into our challenge group, and then you can invite your people. So you're not having to figure it out. You just worry about the 3 people that you've invited or the 5 people or whoever you have in there, and we kind of help you train the trainer, right? The other cool part about it is there's no pressure to sell. There's no pressure for you to jump into this and be a business building coach. You can literally say, I want to go through my transformation first. I want to sign up to be a coach because I want the discount right off the bat, but I want to wait 30 days. I want to get into this, and that's fine. You don't have to do it. There's no pressure to be a diamond coach in 60 days. There's no pressure to be emerald. It's going to take you a little bit of time to understand, and we respect your decision to say, I have an hour a day to build this business. Help me build it. And we'll tailor it to meet your needs. And we're here to help you. We're here to guide you and support you. We have a great team of support that won't kind of leave you out there hanging. So if you're thinking about this and you're like, okay, but how did you do it? How did you really create that life by design? How did you, set your own work hours and how did you retire your husband and how do you go on these fun trips? Well, here's what I did. I started small. Right? I wasn't building a team on day one. I wasn't inviting people to become coaches on day one, although you absolutely can. But what I did was I did simple things, simple activities that I was very focused on. And I read the book, The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. So I would read that book, The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. And in my mind, I said, okay. And through this book, they talk about in there, it's the small, seemingly insignificant tasks that you do every single day that compound on one another and bring about success. And for me, that was posting on social media. It was showing up on Facebook every day and posting 2, 3, 4 times a day about my workouts, about what I was eating, inspiring people over the holidays and on vacation, and just showing people how you can eat healthy with a family of 4. I showed up daily. I was consistent in my posts. I always worked from a list. I might not have had a very organized list. It might have been a scratch pad beside my computer or notes on my phone, but I made a list. And then I said, what on this list is most important that I need to do to move my business forward? I didn't have unlimited hours to build this business. I had sometimes an hour a day. at first, until I got to the point where I was making enough money that I could hire a babysitter to help me out. Or, I could, retire my husband and work my business as much or as little as I wanted. But I worked from a list and I tracked my business. I wrote down how many invites I did every day. I wrote down how many new contacts. I wrote down how many Facebook friends I had and then tried to increase it by X amount. I kept track of my challenger's success, and I always tried to be better than the month before, even if it was by 1 point or one person I helped or one new coach. I was a product of the product, and I still am to this day. That's never stopped. If you follow me, you know I'm super consistent. I'm truly passionate about helping other people. And so every day I want to offer support and tips. I know that this isn't for everybody, but I know that I'm not hurting anybody. I know I'm not leading them astray, and I know that what I'm offering is authentic and true to me. Also, don't let fear of failure hold you back. Honest to goodness, if you are considering coaching, you have to just jump in. You can't be a collector of information, although it's great to know the facts, but at one point you just have to say, I'm never going to learn. I'm never going to know if I'm going to be successful unless I do it. And you just have to have that never give up mindset. Master the art of attracting people to you, and that's practice. It doesn't happen on day one. It doesn't happen the day that you sign up to be a coach. You're not instantaneously successful. Remember, it took me 30 days to make some money. $100 in your first month is good, is really good. But you have to invite. You have to invite, and you've got to follow up with people. And if you do that, if you always say to yourself, how can I help other people? How can I do what's best for that person? Even if it might be that I help them for free, they might come around and be the best customer, best coach, refer the most people to you. But when it comes to success, there's no secret sauce. It's the compound effect of showing up every day and building relationships with people over time. Tracy, there is a max of number of Facebook friends that you are allowed to have. You can have as many followers. There's unlimited followers. So you can, that gives you an option too. When it comes to how do you sound inspiring on Facebook versus annoying and bragging, Karen, personal development has really helped me. Motivational quotes that I find, not saying you have to do this or you need to do this, but just saying to people, have you ever thought about this? Or if you're looking for a recipe for this, or this worked for me, try this. I always say I don't have all the answers, but this worked for me. All right, so now let's kind of talk about how to make it official. Kim, did you do all of your posting on your personal Facebook, or did you make another specifically for Beachbody? So I did use my personal Facebook page, but if you are wanting to keep the two separate and you want to build a business Facebook page, a like page, you can do so. You can do that right from your personal page. It becomes kind of an alias. You can go right in there from your personal page, and then you can post on there. You can invite your friends and family to join, and people have to like that page in order to see those posts. So if you want to keep it separate, you can. For me, it was easier. I had a network of people there. I didn't care. This was who I am, and I was fine posting it on my personal page. So again, there's no right or wrong way. One's not more successful than the other. It's whatever you choose as your social media outlet. I will help you master that area. All right, so how to make it official, guys. So the best option is the challenge pack option, and they range in price from $140 to $200 and some. And so that waives your $40 coach sign-up fee, and that's the best bang for your buck. If you already have a fitness program and your next program is going to be Max 30 or 21-Day Fix Extreme, then cancel your current Shakeology order and buy a challenge pack. You get the $40 fee waived. It's the same price. Signing up as a customer or as a coach, you just get the $40. It's discounted. You get $2 shipping. It just makes sense. If you want to just pay the $40 sign-up fee and get Shakeology, it ends up being about the same price as the lower one, right? So as the lowest challenge pack, it ends up being about $140. If you're military, you get the military discount. So that means there is no sign-up fee. You don't have to pay the monthly $69.95 coach fee. So there's a membership fee. That's the only fee you are required to pay to have a Beachbody Coach account is $16.95, your monthly fee. There's no annual fee. You can cancel it at any time. If it doesn't work for you, you can cancel or change it. There's no questions asked. When you're military, you don't have to pay the $16.95 fee. The club membership is something additional if you want Beachbody on demand or you want even more customized meal planning and features. That's an add-on that you can access on demand anywhere that you can have Wi-Fi and you have a library of workouts. And purchase programs, like things you've purchased. If you're going to travel, you can do the 21-day fix on your laptop or on your iPad. So that kind of makes it nice. But you're not required to have that as a starting out coach. Eventually on down the road, you'll need it for other things. But by that point, you are starting to make some money. And it's a write-off. All right, so I want to wrap it up because I said 45 minutes, so we're getting close to the end here. But in the next 24 hours, really make a decision about what you want to do as a coach. I know for myself, I have a limited number of spots that I'm accepting new coaches so that I can personally mentor people and give them the support and the guidance that they need. I'm personally starting my new coach mentoring program on June 8th. I'm doing a kickoff call that's open to anybody that signs up and is a part of the Dream Team organization next Tuesday, which will be the exact same time, May 26th at 8 p.m. I'm going to kick off how to get started, how to launch your business, how to share and not sell, how to explain to people what a challenge group is, how to get somebody signed up, what is your coach online office, and how to set a date for your challenge group and get your first 3 people into a group. So I'm going to encourage you that if you want to get started, that you don't delay, that you grab a spot, you reach out to the person that invited you here, you talk about the options, you talk about what challenge pack is going to be the best for you to sign up with, and you get started. If you have more questions about what we do and what a Beachbody coach is, then it's from this point forward, ask those questions. If you're in our 5-day sneak peek, go in tonight, post more questions. I'll be glad to post some more videos for you. Think about what option fits you best. Do you want to be a discount coach that's just going to get the discount on the Shakeology every month? Or you want to be a hobby coach where you're like, I have a full-time job. I just want to maybe run a challenge group here and there, help a couple of friends, get my Shakeology paid for. We'll see where this goes. Or do you want to go full-on business building coach? Wherever you kind of fit, we'll help you to make a system and a plan that fits for you. All right? So think about it. So think about who you want to help. What are your goals and your dreams? Think about if possibilities were endless and there was no limits, what would you want to accomplish in your life? Where do you see yourself 3 to 5 years from now? And then it just starts with the first step. Like you have to take the first step, and it's a leap of faith. And yeah, I signed up and I was scared that I was going to fail, but I just said, I'm going to figure it out. I might not be fast at it. I might not be the smartest. I might not be the most in shape, but I can be the most inspiring, and I can outlast anybody, and I can be consistent, and those things I can control. I can learn social media. I can learn how to make these cool images. It might take me time, but I will get there, and everybody has a starting point, and you just have to, in your mind, say, I want this. I want to change my circumstances, or I need the extra income, or I want to inspire other people the way I have been inspired to. And literally, it's that first step, and that's where you get started. So I really hope that you've been inspired to join our team, that will be welcoming you on our kickoff call next Tuesday night. I'll be doing a special shout out to everybody that joins our team between now and then. So I hope you guys can make it. I hope you can get signed up. Speak to the person that invited you here, and have an awesome and amazing night. If there are any last questions that you guys have, otherwise, I am going to upload this recording, and I will be sending out the recording to everybody that registered for the call tonight and posting it in the page afterwards. So have a great night, everybody, and talk to you later. Any last questions for me? You're welcome. Take care, everybody. Have a great night. Oh, and Alicia, we'll actually go through how to create groups. So if you look on the left-hand side of your Facebook page, it actually says create a group, and that's where you can create groups. But that's the kind of stuff we go over in the new coach training also. So we'll actually go through all of that information. And Michelle, I don't really want to disclose disclose my income, but I make six figures. So I definitely am doing very well with my income with Beachbody, and it's possible. It's possible. As far as Shakeology as a meal replacement, Tiffany, make sure that you're adding in, you're eating every 2.5 to 3 hours. You're adding in, if it's not enough to keep you full, do a little bit of almond milk, maybe a scoop of peanut butter, add in some spinach or some fruit or a tablespoon of flaxseed, blend that all up together. That'll give you more bulk and nutrition, and that'll help give you more. Make sure you're drinking enough water throughout the day. You can replace any meal of the day. Like, I need to eat my dinner. I am not going to drink my shake for dinner. But breakfast or lunch, absolutely. So I just know that there are certain times of the day that Shakeology is not going to curb the craving. So I will sometimes have it for my breakfast, sometimes my lunch, sometimes it's my secondary snack in the evening as well. So I do, you kind of have to just play with it until you figure out what works best for you. All right, guys. I am hopping off. I got to go grab another call, but have a great evening. Thanks for your time, and I will see you guys all next week on our new Coach Takeoff call.